So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Sender subscriber from Google Sheets automatically. Now suppose guys you are using Sender as an email marketing platform and you want that whenever you get a data or the details of a new lead of a new user from various sources and you are adding that data into the Google Sheet, so you want to add that user as a subscriber in Sender. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process using a simple automation. Whenever you are going to add a new row of user details into the Google Sheet, automatically you can add that same user, you can use that same Google Sheet data and add that user as a subscriber in Sender. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to Sender. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on. Where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is from different sources, we are adding the details of new users in our Google Sheet. Now we want to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window so that the details of the user which we are adding in our Google Sheet, we can receive the details of those users, those new rows inside Pabbly Connect. And this automation workflow will trigger as we add the new row of data in Google Sheet. After that, using this automation, we are going to send the details of the new users which we have received from Google Sheet to Sender. And we are going to add those users as subscriber in our Sender account. So let's see how it is done. Starting from our trigger window, in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Pabbly Connect account with Google Sheet. Now here guys, to make the connection with Google Sheet, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and go to the Google spreadsheet in which you are adding the details of the user. So from this sheet, we want to add the details. We want to send the details of new row of new user to Pabbly Connect. So after reaching to a sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Add Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. P-A-B-B-L-Y, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Here you can see that Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. Now after refreshing our Google Sheet, once again go to Extensions and this time you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us and it is basically asking us three different things. First one is the selected sheet, the second thing is webhook URL and the third thing it is asking us is the trigger column. So guys, in selected sheet, it is asking us for the sheet from which we want to send a new row of data to Pabbly Connect. So it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you might have created multiple sheets over here. So from this Google spreadsheet, the data of a new row from which particular sheet we want to send to Pabbly Connect. We have to select that sheet over here. Right now in this Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as Sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected Sheet 1 over here. And from Sheet 1, I want to send the data of the new row to Pabbly Connect. After selecting the sheet, the next thing it asks us is the webhook URL. And here in this webhook URL field, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, the last thing it asks us is the trigger column. And now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So the trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. So here in the background, you can see in this Google Sheet, the column D is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which any of my data exists. After column D, in any of my column, none of my data does not exist. So I will be selecting column D as the trigger column. And then just click on this send test button. Now when we click on send test, it is showing us test data sent successfully. Means the data of the first row of user details, like in row number 1, we have all the headers for the column. And the data of row number 2, where we have the user details, that data is been sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We will get back to a Pabbly Connect workflow. And yes, here you can see that in this trigger window, we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same user, exact same row. You can see the same name, demo user, same email, and the same mobile number. Means the data of the first row after headers, data of row number 2 has been successfully sent to Pabbly Connect. After sending this data, just click on this submit button, and after clicking on submit, it is showing us setup configured successfully. We have successfully connected our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, once again go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here you can see an option named as send on event. We just have to select this option of send on event over here. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever the data in a new row is added till our trigger column, instantly, immediately send that data to Pabbly Connect. By selecting send on event, we ensure that the data of a new row is instantly sent to Pabbly Connect. So here guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, the details of a new user of a new row which we have received from Google Sheet, we want to send these details to sender so that we can add this user as a subscriber in our sender account. And for that, we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, we are going to search for sender and select it over here. After selecting sender, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as create subscriber. Then just click on connect and select add new connection over here. Now here guys, we have to connect our sender account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API token of our sender account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API token. So to get it, just log into your sender account and from the left sidebar, just go to settings section over here. After coming to the settings page, here you can see an option of API access token. Just click on it and then you will get the API token of your sender account. If you want, you can create a new token by clicking on this create API token button as well. Right now, I'm just going to copy this existing token which I have and then paste it over here. And after pasting this, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see our sender account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the email. That what is the email address of the new subscriber which we want to add in sender. So we have received all the details of the user from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. And in those details, we have also received the response of the email address of the user. Now what we have to do, we have to actually map this response of email which we have received in our trigger window in this action step of sender. Now guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from our Google Sheet inside our Pabbly Connect trigger window. Out of all of these responses, select this response of email and it will be mapped over here. So whatever email address we are going to enter in adding the new row of data while adding the new row of data in our Google Sheet, with the same email, the contact or the subscriber will be created in sender. After email address, the next thing it asks us is the first name. So here it is asking us for the first name, then the last name, the phone number and other details. So we have received all of these details from Google Sheet in our trigger step. So one by one, we are going to map these other responses from our trigger step to this sender action step as well into their respective fields. Just click here in the field of first name and from the drop down, select the response of first name and map it. Then let's map the last name as well and also the phone number. So from the drop down, map the response of mobile number. So it is showing us that we have to enter the valid phone number with the plus sign and country code. So while receiving the mobile number from Google Sheet, we have received the country code and the 10 digits mobile number, but the plus sign is missing. So we are going to manually add this plus sign in this data or in this field of phone number. So it will be mentioning the complete phone number. We will be sending the complete phone number with the plus sign and country code to sender. After phone number, it is asking us for the group. So it is most likely possible that you might have created multiple subscriber groups in your sender account, and you will get a list of all the groups over here in this drop down. Right now guys, you can see that we have only one group. I have created only one group in my sender account. Let me show you. I'll just go to subscribers and then the group section. You will see there is only one group right now in my sender account. That's why here you can see that in this drop down we have only one option. Now after selecting the group in which you want to add this subscriber, the last thing it asks us is the trigger automation. That do you want to create or do you want to trigger some kind of automation which you have created in your sender account by adding this subscriber. So I haven't created any of the automation, or if I have created, I don't want to trigger them using this subscriber. So I have selected false over here. If you want to create some kind of automations which you have created in your sender account by adding this subscriber, then you can select true over here. And after selecting this, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you will see we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details of the user which we have mapped over here, basically the user details which we have entered in our Google Sheet with the same details, now this person has been added as a contact, as a subscriber in our sender account. So let's check it. We will go to a sender account, we'll go to all subscribers, and yes, here you can see that demo user, the same person with the same email address and the same mobile number which we have entered in our Google Sheet, the person with the same details is now added as a subscriber in our sender account. This means this automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, whenever a new subscriber details, a new user details in a new row will be added in our Google Sheet, automatically with the same details that person will be added as a subscriber in our sender account. So here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. I'm going to enter the details of a new user in our Google Sheet. So this is the email address and this is the test mobile number over here. So just now we have entered the details of a test user, a dummy user in our Google Sheet in a new row. And we will see as we add these details, instantly within seconds, the same person with the same details will be added as a subscriber in our sender account. So we'll just go to a sender account and refresh this all subscriber page once. And yes, here you can see that test user, the same person whose details we have added into a Google Sheet, the same person with the same details is now created as a subscriber. You can see the same first name and last name, you can see the same email address and also the same mobile number, the same details of the user which we have added in our Google Sheet as a new row. So guys, we have tested this automation in real time and this automation workflow is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can actually clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.